After experiencing many instances of being deceived, men might feel that love is unreliable or that women are unreliable.
Men, as they claim, do not trust women. And since mutual trust between men and women is a natural attribute, it means that men who do not trust women do not all just give up on finding women. Instead, they might become playboys or turn into jerks. Because the so-called process of deception requires careful preparation, and it seems that men are more adept at these things. But no matter what, if such a situation really arises, it is a tragedy for our society. So we need to think about why this happens. Personally, I feel that some viewpoints of feminism are very harmful to our society.
It's so confusing. Feminism does not advocate for these things.
How should I put it? It's like Confucianism, which was used by feudal emperors as a tool to oppress ordinary people. It's like fascism, which was initially for the revival of the nation, but it can easily be exploited by authoritarianism and fascism. So what an ideology originally is may not be as important as who can easily exploit it. Feminism is similar. It is an analysis of society that concludes there is systemic oppression of women by civilization. If we believe we are being oppressed, can we not develop hostility towards the oppressors? Perhaps we might be afraid, but we might also attack the other side, including ideas like the original sin of men. In short, these easily exploitable or inherently wrong ideas or ideologies can make the actions of bad people, such as exploiting or deceiving others, seem justified. For example, living off women has always been despised in the male world. However, as men increasingly distrust women, their behavior seems to become more justified. But in any case, this kind of opposition between men and women is harmful to both. Whether it's a scumbag or a playboy, because they never experience true emotions in their lives are also tragic.
So how can boys prevent being deceived emotionally?
Since male animals inherently have a certain instrumental gene, men's ability to discern whether women are genuine or not has never been very strong throughout history. Our ancestors concluded that one should be wary of the beauty trap. Of course, this shouldn't be understood as beauty causing trouble, but rather that men are prone to investing a lot for a desire that may not be worth it. Boys should prioritize their careers, not because careers are more important, but because it's unlikely to achieve greater success in love. So I think, as a boy, there's no need to overly focus on learning how to prevent getting hurt or to be overly cautious when interacting with someone. I believe that such interactions would be meaningless. What we should do instead is to clearly recognize our own weaknesses, which is that most of the time, the efforts we consider particularly worthwhile are not actually worth it. The strengths of men are reflected in the idea that when a woman treats you well, you should reciprocate. That's why we often say that men should be loyal and have a conscience. This is a form of protection passed down from our ancestors.
You just mentioned that men's appreciation of women tends to be superficial. Can men's feelings become deeper?
The depth of emotions in boys evolves gradually with age, and as their life experiences increase. Therefore, we conclude that beauty must be based on truth. While truth may not always be beautiful, without truth, there can be no beauty. In Dream of the Red Chamber, a somewhat sharp-tongued girl, like Lin Da-yu, is placed in a prominent position by Cao Xueqin, while Xue Baochai, who is considered particularly sensible and understanding, seems to be less favored by him. In the works of many great male writers, their female protagonists are invariably pure and genuine. In Fortress Besieged, Fan Gongjian visits a girl's home and discovers many passages on how to become a woman and how to capture a man's heart. These segments are meant to express a distaste for such deliberate behavior by women. So, if a boy realizes that a woman who is meticulously dressed and immaculate might not be truly pure, then he understands what true authenticity means. Because authenticity is natural, anything unnatural will inevitably lack truth. This includes many male streamers nowadays who claim to be feminists. Such behavior is quite unnatural. A man will inevitably have some male perspectives. He cannot completely consider issues from a woman's standpoint. At most, he can consider them from a third-party perspective. If a girl completely considers issues from a male perspective and criticizes some women, we would also feel she lacks authenticity. Therefore, for a boy, we need to cultivate this ability to seek truth and sensitivity to authenticity. If we possess this ability, not only can we avoid being deceived in relationships and during heated moments, but we can also prevent being misled in other social issues.